Fundamentals of Hindu Faith, Part 4. There are 5 elements which have given shape to the Hindu religious tradition: doctrine, practice, society, story, and devotion. These 5 elements, to adopt a typical Hindu metaphor, are understood as relating to one another as strands in an elaborate braid. Moreover, each strand develops out of a history of conversation, elaboration, and challenge. Hence, in looking for what makes the tradition cohere, it is sometimes better to locate central points of tension than to expect clear agreements on Hindu thought and practice. Doctrine. The first of the 5 strands of Hinduism is a doctrine. It is expressed in vast textual tradition, anchored to Veda knowledge. We call it Ved, and then the English dialect calls it Veda, which means knowledge, the oldest core of Hindu religious utterance, and organized through the centuries primarily by the members of learned Brahman class. Here, several characteristics tension appear. One concerns the relationship between the divine and the world. Another tension concerns the disparity between the world preserving ideals of dharma and that of moksha, release from inherently flawed world. A third tension exists between individual destiny as shaped by karma, the influence of one's action on one's present and future lives, and the individual's deep bonds to families, society, and divinities associated with these concepts. Practice. The second strand in the fabric of Hinduism is practice. Many Hindus, in fact, would place the first, despite India's enormous diversity. A common grammar of ritual behavior connects various places as strata and the periods of Hindu life. While it is true that various elements of Vedic ritual survive in modern practice and thereby serve a unifying function, much more influential commonalities appear in the worship of icons or images, pratima, murti, and archa. Broadly, this is called puja, honoring the deity. If performed in a temple by a priest, is called archana. It echoes conventions of hospitality that might be performed for an honored guest. Especially the giving and sharing of food, such food is called prasada. Hindi prasad means grace. So it's prasad in fact, but then the English dialect calls it prasada. It is in fact prasad. That's what we call langar in our dialect. Reflecting the recognition that when human beings make offering to deities, the initiative is not really theirs. They are actually responding to the generosity that poured them into world fecund with life and possibility. The divine personality installed as a home or temple image receives prasad. Tasting it, Hindus differ as whether this is real or symbolic act, gross or subtle, and offering the remains to worshippers. Some Hindus also believe that prasad is infused with the grace of the deity to whom it is offered. Consuming these leftovers, worshippers accept their status as being inferior to and dependent upon divine. An element of tension arises because the logic of puja and prasad seems to accord all humans in equal status with respect to God. Yet exclusionary rules have sometimes been sanctified rather than challenged by prasad based rituals.